everybody? Spider here, DeFi Car Podcast, coming to you once again in San Antonio, Texas. Bringing my guest in today, of course, the owners of Big Man Syndrome. Can you guys introduce yourself to the viewers?
Ladies first.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
I'm TJ.
Oh, nice to meet you guys. Now, I saw you guys on Facebook, of course, through social media. I mean, I know you guys threw an ad out there, and basically what I'm trying to do, I'm here in San Antonio, Texas, but I'm trying to reach out to businesses everywhere. I mean, one of the things about people always have to pay for is exposure, ad space, of course, trying to get the name out. So I saw you guys, and I said, you know what, let me jump on this and see if I can plug you in, put some eyes on you, so to speak. But, of course, Big Man Syndrome, where does that name come from?
So I was just kind of laying in bed one night, and sometimes I get some, good ideas, but I never really follow through with them. And I was, laying there, and I'm like, you know what, they have, small man syndrome and stuff, but I, doesn't follow suit. I'm a little larger than that. I'm like, Big Man Syndrome, that sounds sweet. And then I was like, BMS, for short. And then I'm like, dudes, guys can have BMS, every month, just like girls can have PMS. It kind of goes together, and I'm like, I would sport that logo around. So start creating it from there. And yeah.
Oh, for sure. And of course, the lady approved. I mean, what did you think about the name when he came up with it?
Yeah, I thought it was great, and he just kind of ran with it, does super good with Photoshop, so he started making a little design, and then he's like, okay, this is going on some clothes, I'm going to start wearing it, and so then it just kind of went from there.
And then every time I wore it around town, people were like, what is that? That's sweet. Got compliments and stuff, and yeah, it just kind of took off.
Oh, you see, and then that's one of the things, first off, is you gotta love it. Because if you didn't like it, then obviously you wouldn't be pushing it. So, Was it something that kind of fit yourself, pretty well?
I think so. I strive to, I don't strive to be, the best physical fit person ever, but I'm proud of myself for where I am. I'm 42, and, I hold it together pretty good, and, so yeah, I think I sport that apparel really well, and I think that helped kids to notice too, because when people see it, they're like, oh yeah, you're right on par with that, and so, yeah.
We really can't wear without someone commenting on his physique, so it's just something that every day, we went to the store and they're like, hey, you look really good, so someone's just always saying something, so it just kind of ran with that. Then wearing the apparel, everybody's always like, oh yeah, that fits you.
No, and that's one of the things too, because obviously you're a pretty big dude, man. You're like a billboard, you're advertising, so everybody's watching the logo and watching the brand. Now, are selling only on your Facebook page, but have you guys been putting it out there locally, at some shops or gyms?
So we originally came from North Idaho, a place called Coeur d'Alene. And then we recently moved over to Detroit, and over there, we have a lot of gyms that I'd go to and buddies over there and stuff. And so we actually got into the gym, 360 Fitness. So they buy our apparel, then they put it up and sell it in there. So that one was pretty cool for us to, get a real gym to put our apparel in there, and then people to buy it and sport it around. That was super exciting. As far as local businesses here, I started doing a home gym in Detroit, so I don't know too many people in Detroit. And so, yeah, we got to start walking around and finding some places, locally to throw it in there. But, this is all pretty much brand new. So, yeah, Facebook was number one starter, then the Instagram. And so we'll just kind of go from there.
We're working on Shopify right now, so we can kind of get it out there a little bit more, but it's just a process. Everything's a process to, get it going.
No, and I was gonna say was use other outlets like eBay. You can get on of course Facebook Market, because the more that it's out there, the more traffic that it's gonna create. So of course, it'll go back to the page, and when you guys have that link, it'll be good for other people to start seeing this, because one of the things you mentioned earlier, it's one thing. you trying to get your product out there, but I mean, Facebook ads, I mean, they work, but it's just, once you start doing those, they kind of like depend on you coming back. So they make it harder for people to see your product, especially if you're, trying to push it. But definitely, what I would say is definitely, get some shirts, some hats, put them on eBay. You can hashtag the heck out of them and let people find them. That way they can start creating that traffic to go through. But as far as sports, I mean, I know I mentioned this earlier, and you guys do enjoy watching sports. I mean, of course, fights, kickboxing, MMA. But is there any one name that sticks out more than the other for you guys?
As far as the MMA, basically we just watch this stuff, and we enjoy it, whether it's like featherweights or heavyweights. And as far as like name wise goes, probably not. My favorite dude probably of all time was that I just forgot his name. He was black, he was huge, and he was a YouTube star, a backyard fighter, and then he went to the MMA, then he died.
Nice.
Yeah, he was probably one of my favorite men ever to watch. Loved him, and
he was one of those guys that he made a name for himself. Of course, like you said, fighting in the backyard and doing bare knuckle. And bare knuckle right now is exploding, man. I mean, we have BYB happening in Tampa tomorrow, and then bare knuckle boxing, of course, in New York. So I mean, of course, he was on the right track. I always say he was a little too early for the party, man, because obviously he would have been a bigger name if he would have, bare knuckle would have been sanctioned back then.
Yeah, and then the Logans, they're that's something on their own too. I'll follow them a little bit, and that kind of started from a YouTube thing. And then I think it's kind of cool when somebody starts from nothing and gets out there. That's pretty awesome in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of people have, they hate what they're doing and the way they're going about doing it. But I kick myself for not sticking with YouTube 10 years ago. I was using it in the smaller format, but obviously they made a name for themselves, and they're making money, man. So who can complain, right?
The last thing I saw, I actually haven't watched it yet. I don't know if it actually happened, but Schwarzenegger, he started the slap fighting championship. I don't know what to think of that.
And that's one of the things, because I mean, I'm here in San Antonio, and I have a lot of guys that I've known throughout the years, but we talk about the slap fighting championship. We talk about Jiu-Jitsu, all these platforms that are popping up. The Russians, they have like 5-on-5, and it gets crazy. There's a lot of different platforms, but that slap fighting championship, man, there's been a few MMA guys that have gone over, and it's crazy, but people are watching.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your product, man, I mean, are you looking to not sponsor, but actually have like any names out there wearing your product?
I would love it if somebody semi-famous could ever put a piece of apparel of ours on there. I told Ashley it'd be, one of our coolest dreams is if we're walking downtown somewhere, and then we see somebody sporting, a tank or, a hat, and we're like, oh my God, that started from us. That'd be the coolest thing ever. So yeah, if anybody could ever, put something on, snap a picture for us, yeah, we'd absolutely love it for sure.
No, for sure. And then what do you think as far as, and this is to your wife, as far as, somebody else wearing that logo, I mean, what would that mean to you, knowing that, your husband's pushing this product?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Like we were just talking about that, just seeing someone wearing it would be, out of the blue. When you see something that we created, it would be amazing. But, we're just trying to kind of push it out there and give it, like a lot of his friends, they're all like, send me some. So like we've been sending them to everywhere, back where we came from, and all his friends are all wearing it. So that's like super cool. They send us pictures. They're like, I'm in the gym wearing your logo, So it's like really exciting.
No, you see, and that's where it starts, because one of the things, I used to have a fight shirt, fight gear companies, back in the day. And the first people that are going to wear them, of course, are your friends, your family. They're the ones that they're going to be wearing them to the gym, to the fights, or work, who knows. But, that's where it starts. But, like you said, to be, somewhere in the city and have somebody watch somebody wear your hat. I mean, that would be pretty cool, man, because, I mean, would you say, like, hey, that's me, or would you just keep going?
It hasn't happened, so I don't know how it'd be in person. I probably would stop them and start chatting with them a little bit. I might not just burst out and be like, dude, I made that, but I'd probably start some kind of conversation and kind of get there eventually or something like that.
On a marketing standpoint, I'd be like, hey, where'd you get that hat? Or where'd you get that shirt? Kind of want to know where it came from.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, because like I said, I mean, there's so many outlets right now, and not even to put all your product, but just to put, hats like on one platform, the shirts on another, just to kind of, create that traffic and bring it back. Because one of the mentioned earlier, as far as marketing yourself, branding your product, of course, you said you have the patent pending, but it's on the go. And the shark, I mean, whose idea was it to put the shark on there?
So I originally created the shark for my son, and I'm super good at Photoshop. And so I was making the shark, and I put it on his water bottle, so then when it's in the fridge, the girls know it's his cup, so I made that. And then we actually have a handyman business, so I do like construction and, remodels on houses and stuff. And that logo is just a big buff dude with his like tool belt and stuff. And we put that on our big trucks, and everybody loves it. It's cartoony, and everybody loves it. And so I kind of did the shark for my son. And then when I was thinking about the BMS stuff, then I just created the big man syndrome around that shark that I created for my son. So, yeah.
And obviously your son's okay with that, right?
Yeah. And then my daughter the other day, she's 13, and she actually texted me. She's like, Dad, I want one of your hats. I'm like, of course you can have like a hat, babe. Just like pick whatever one you want. And I'm like, felt really proud that my daughter asked me instead of me being like, here, have a hat, but she's like, I'd be so proud to wear that for you, Dad. So that was cool.
Oh, definitely, man, because I have 2 kids myself, and I know I told people they go through that stage where they don't even want to be near Dad, because I went through it, and it wasn't until like her senior year that she was more open to actually give me a hug while we were at the school or at her game, because she played soccer all 4 years in high school. So it is a good feeling, man, because it's like, I mean, they go through that phase, but you're still cool, so they want to hang out with you, man.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, as far as the construction business, I saw some video footage. I mean, was that from your actual home that you guys moved into?
The one on YouTube?
Right.
Yeah. So we did that as a Christmas present. So we weren't able to be with our family in North Idaho for Christmas. We stayed here in Detroit. And so that was our Christmas present to them. Was nobody's ever been to our house yet in Detroit. And so we kind of wanted to show them how we live, because it's not the, rich and fabulous home, it's just a house that we started that was totally junk. And then, we feel really blessed to have it and to work on it. So we wanted to show people how we actually live and go through each room in our home and stuff like that. And that was our Christmas present to them. And yeah, so that's the house that we're in right now for this. And we actually just put a bid in for house number 2 over here. That one's smaller, like 1,000 square feet, but hopefully we can get that, fix it up, and then eventually, give it to one of our kiddos at some point. Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. That's actually pretty cool. Now, let me ask you, as far as that product that you have now, what exactly are you guys selling when it comes to apparel?
You can answer that one.
Well, we kind of laid out some just as like an example, but mostly we have hats, T-shirts, tanks, workout tanks. It's kind
joggers.
of, joggers. That's really kind of
we have some
where we're
onesies.
at. Yeah, we did get some onesies.
They're actually pretty sweet. I almost thought about wearing one for the thing, but,
That was definitely an attention starter.
Yeah, we just getting started with like simple stuff, but really we want to just have like a little bit of everything, anything that maybe we think we would use. It'd be cool.
I actually wanted to go get some like square flat plates, right?
Oh, yeah.
And put the BMS logo on the plate and then say, big men eat a lot or something like that. And have it as a plate, dude. It'd be sweet. I'm like, I would eat off that.
That's actually pretty cool, man. I like that.
So,
let me ask you, when it comes to business, of course, you said you do remodeling and you're out there doing construction. Do you plug in your business while you're out there with your customers or with people walking by, so to speak?
you mean for the BMS? Yeah, so remember, this is just new, but the last 3 jobs that I've been on, instead of wearing my handyman, shirts and stuff, I've actually worn the BMS out to my jobs, and yeah, people notice it. So, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty smart, man, because like I said, the more people see it out there, they're going to start asking, and that's when they start asking, that's when it gets interesting, because you can tell them, oh, but, here's my link, or here's my card, they can go and buy some product, man.
I went and got a haircut at the Detroit Barbers the other day. They're over in Corktown. And the dude, he was super cool and nice, and you can tell he doesn't work out or anything. And I was wearing the BMS stuff and told him about it. And he's like, it'd be really cool if I could wear that. I'm like, well, you definitely can, man. He's like, I do go to the gym, so he really wanted to. And he gave me all his info to send him a hat. But it was cool because he wanted it. So yeah, I liked it.
No, definitely. And I was going to say too, man, because one of the things that I would do here, when I had my fight gear company, I had done shirts, I had done warm-ups and some other items. But I actually went and donated a few to the fire departments around the city, and they were wearing them when they were training or they were, but it actually picked up a little bit of buzz because, that's they're out there doing what they can to keep us safe, so it was kind of like a little kickback, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. And then, one of our next steps is we kind of want to go around. Like I said, we're new to Detroit, but I kind of want to go around and find some people that I would like wearing this stuff. And then I do little photo shoots and we can put them, in our links and stuff like that. And that would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Taking some pictures.
Yeah. So if they model for us, they can have some stuff, yeah.
Get this one. What I would do is I would start, I would put searching for models, like an ad or something. And have them, they buy the shirt, they wear it. If they get enough hits or they get enough people back, then they get, give them a way to get compensated. But that way, because influencers a big thing. You got people with 20,000, 50,000 followers, and it's, they got a lot of eyes on them. So that would be a good way for you guys to kind of be able to budget and not overspend, but at the same time, sell some of your product because if I wanted to model your shirt, I'd have to buy one, wear it, send you photos, and if you see that the traffic's coming back, then be like, okay, well, here's a little percentage or here's a little, kickback for them for pushing your product, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Great idea.
Yeah. So.
No, and definitely, like you said, you guys are starting your Instagram, so I'll definitely, as soon as it's up, I'll start following you guys. TikTok's another big one. You might want to ask the kids because I'm pretty sure one of them's on there.
Yeah.
But TikTok. As far as YouTube channel, I know you sent me that video. Do you guys have a YouTube channel for the company yet?
No, not yet. And we were kind of talking. We think it would be cool to be involved with the community a little bit with it. And so if we just went around different parts of Detroit that we're in and, showed an old building where they redid it, kind of give a little bit of history while we're wearing some of our stuff. I think it'd be kind of cool because then people can not only see what we have, but they get to learn something or see something cool that was done, something like that.
There's a lot of negativity towards Detroit, but there are really such amazing buildings here.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's crazy, and I don't think people really realize what Detroit has. So it'd be cool to kind of bring that to people who don't get to see it.
Yeah.
Man, I can actually see you guys doing that. If you go to TikTok, you can actually do that and not add music without getting fined. You get permission from TikTok to use music but that would be smart, man. I like that because I was actually I am planning on doing that here in San Antonio because, for example, Lone Star Brewery Company, the building itself is getting demolished as we speak. and they're building like a whole new mall and a whole new. And I wanted to do a video facing, with the camera facing the background before it gets taken down. But just to kind of plug it in and be like, hey, I'm here in front of the, Lone Star Brewery Company and interview a fighter, interview somebody. But I'm going to be doing that myself. And that would be smart, man. I would definitely be watching because, like you said, you would be plugging in the city, historical buildings. I mean, anything that's out there. And at the same time, you're modeling your gear. So that would be a win-win.
Yeah. Now, when you're doing your TikToks, are you like dancing around?
Not me, but if somebody that I know can dance, man, I'll bring him on there because I got no moves, man. but yeah, I mean, if you guys do that, man, definitely I'll be following because, like I said, I mean, it's right now it's free to post a video, it's free to do all this, and it's a good time to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Now, you said as far as your kids, I mean, they definitely support what you guys are doing. Are they in projects themselves? I mean, because myself, like I've been into photography, I've been into interviews, podcasts, and some of my kids have picked up on that, and they're like, Dad, I want to do that too. And I get them equipment, and they get involved doing their own thing. But it's a good thing that they do what we do, not what we say, as they say, right? So I mean, have they been involved in any way?
So to go forward on that, the girls, they kind of want to start a project. I kind of helped them with like their own little logo. And once it gets going, then, we can like tell you about it. But they're kind of like designing their own, and then they're going to start their own little clothing line, to where it's separate from ours, but they can do exactly what we're doing. I'm like, that'd be awesome for you guys to be able to like start something from the ground up, and being 13, 14 years old, if they could, sell anything, that would be phenomenal in their world. And yeah, so the girls are already kind of on it.
That's cool, man. I like that. What I would do is I would have them write something to where they hit it big before you guys do. They got to plug you in, man.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah. I'll be like, you're who designed that logo, right?
They do way better with social media. Just the other day, I'm like, wait, how do you do this? And then he's like, I don't know, go ask LaKylie. That's our oldest daughter. I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. So I had to go ask her how to do something.
You see, and like myself, like I'm in my mid 40s, and I mean when the cell phones started coming up, my oldest had one before I did, and I mean she was like, "Oh, Dad, you turn here and you make a right after this street," and I'm like, "How did you been here before?" And she's like, "No, it's on Google," and I had like no idea what Google was, and I'm like, "What the heck is Google, man?" So I had to look into it and get my own phone, but yeah, they're whizzes when it comes to social media, to video format. I mean, this is like maybe like 5-6 years ago. They were home one day, and I went out to go get dinner, came back, and they're like, "Oh, Dad, we're making a movie," and they had done their own video format of like clips, and I still don't know how they did that, but they did that through their phone, and I'm just like, I was mind blown because I was like, man, like I would have died to have known that years back so I can do what I was doing. It's crazy how far it's gotten, but I'm sure you guys are learning though, man.
Oh yeah, it's awesome for sure. So.
And you can learn anything from YouTube, so you're just...
It's the best teacher out there. Yeah.
No, for sure. And then I'm going to do this for you guys because, I've been in the sport here in Texas for years. I mean, I know guys in the UFC. I know guys that are in movies. I know guys that are out there, pushing themselves, man. But I'm going to send them your way, and I'm going to have them, plug your company in, man, because I see a lot of good things from this, So I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I mean, the world is opening up, we're able to, the gas is high, so we can't go too far, but we can still go out, But let me ask you, because everybody's posting gas prices. I mean, here, I filled up this morning for $3.99 a gallon. What's the prices out there in gasoline right now?
This gas station is $4.15, and then the higher ones are like $4.44, $4.50 something. So, yeah. They're climbing
up there, yeah.
No, you see, and myself, I'm a contract delivery driver, so I'm everywhere. I'm all over the city, and so I felt it because of that. I mean, otherwise, I don't think I would have felt it as much if I just had to go from A to B, and But I'm feeling it. It's just hopefully everything will calm down and we'll get back to normal, man.
Yeah, we saw some of the Uber drivers quitting over it because then they're like, the cost isn't really worth it anymore. And yeah, just today, we only have big cars. So we have like Suburban with a big block. We have a big C6500 that's, 6 miles a gallon. Then I drive an old 68 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, has a 472. So all these cars with huge motors. And we're like, oh my God, this got sucks. So today we're actually looking for like a stupid little 4-banger car, to drive.
Man, yeah. I mean, saying that, I'm pretty sure, I guess the name does fit, Big Man Syndrome, man. I mean, that's everything in life, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
As far as in Detroit, because how long have you guys been out there?
So we bought our first house 3 years ago, but we didn't live in it then. We would just drive back and forth between Idaho and Detroit. Yep, drive, because I had to, bring all my tools and stuff. So those trips are super long. And we'd work on the house here and there. And then the last time we just moved here in, November.
Yeah.
And
it hasn't been very long.
Yeah. So, yeah, not long.
Okay, well, man, I'm going to be looking out for you guys. I mean, as far as the YouTube videos, I mean, hopefully those will start coming up soon. I mean, I know you guys are busy, but if and a lot of them don't have to be long. Normally, I always tell people everybody has a short attention span, so I try to make everything like 15, 20 minutes tops and, close it up. But even small video blogs, of you guys wearing your product and actually talking about the historic of the city, man.
Yeah, we'll get it started. And then we'll send you a shirt that you buy. And if you, send anybody our way, we'll give you some kickbacks.
Oh, man, there you go, man. Let's do it, bro. No, you see, and I'm doing it because I definitely see potential in this, It's like I want you guys to get out there, I mean, as soon as celebrities or, people with a following start wearing it, I see it blowing up, definitely.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
We really appreciate you reaching out to us. And
yeah, we were super excited when you did, It was really cool for us, so, yeah.
Have you guys done interviews for this? Before this? Or is this the first?
Nope.
This is the first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I was gonna say, because I've been bringing people into the studio, and they're kind of like, man, how do we do? Where do we sit? And I'm like, look, let's just have a conversation. Let's talk about, what's going on, the weather. It's just I want to make that as comfortable as possible. But man, I look forward to you guys getting more interviews, man. I mean, not just by myself, but for sure, other companies out there, man. Definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, you do great. Super easy to chat with you and stuff. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, no, not a problem, guys. And I'm going to do this on my end. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to buy a shirt. Once I post this on YouTube, go ahead and share it, and we'll pick a winner like a week from now. It is Friday. I think it is March 11th. So next Friday, we'll pick a winner. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the shipping, and we'll give it out to somebody who subscribes and comments on their Big Man Syndrome. Hashtag Big Man Syndrome in the comments.
Yeah, that's
great.
sweet.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I do thank you for jumping on this. I'm going to be finishing up, but I look forward to more from the product, the company, the videos. Definitely get on that. I've never been to Detroit, so I definitely want to see what's out there, guys.
Got it.
Sounds
We'll
good.
get on it.
All right, man. I'll be in touch with you guys soon. Everybody else out there, man. This is DeFi Car Podcast. Of course, Big Man Syndrome. Check them out on Facebook. Hopefully, they'll have the link up soon. But till next time, follow up.
Thanks.